This your boy E Ness, King of Battle Rap, and you can't have it back, aka Lou Phil. Make sure y'all subscribe to my guy, Hood Life Media, Hood Life Media, Hood Life Media, the YouTube page, and make sure y'all tap into Hood Life Media TV. My guy, hot.
North we do the Lou dance, down south we do the Lou dance, east and west we do the Lou dance. If you can do it, I know you can.
Hell, just want to see me die in the front of the poppy store selling Lucy's. Y'all never gonna see it. Next question. Longevity equals winning game. And it's with my real name. My real name is Lloyd Eric Mathis. You can Google me. Google me right now, you bitches. It's Lloyd Eric Mathis. When you turn an M into a W, because what? I'm winning.
What else do you got going on for the rest of the year? What can we expect from this?
Stop talking about old shit. That shit happened 10 years ago. Iron Solomon, he's a legend in his own right. I'm looking for these new guys, the Abs, the Sue Surfs, the JCs. Iron Solomon is a legend. Shout out to Iron Solomon, but we talk about 10 years in the past. That's what I'm saying. It's right now. Niggas can't fuck me right now. I go in niggas' markets, I talk dirty to them, I pull out bread, I wear drip, and they can't fuck with me. Next question.
What now?
Next question.
Next question. All right. Next question. They was fucking with that. Yeah.
Yeah. You already know we back again. Back with a familiar guest. Well, no need for introduction, but go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who ain't familiar with you.
It's your boy E Ness, aka Lou Phil. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube page, E Ness-Lou Phil.
Man, you definitely gonna plug that in, man. E Ness, man.
You take a selfie, making sure you get my ugly side. I got the Benz refurbished with the buggy eyes.
Mm-hmm. Working like Donnie McKirkland.
So I feel like we don't really need to go back. We probably can jump right into it. Like, you well known in the city, but it's like lately, it's like you just like got a whole nother battery pack. Like you found the film to you.
Right.
Energy is crazy.
Yeah.
You glowing.
Right.
You looking healthy.
Right.
What's going on with you?
Just working, man. You gotta show people. You gotta the game is all about reinventing yourself. So you gotta find some way to reinvent. You know what I mean? The same product that people that heard for the past 10, 15 years. So, you gotta weight makes you look old, so you gotta lose weight. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta tap in with the younger generation, what's hot right now as far as fashion, and you just gotta remain hip hop. Hip hop has always been about fashion. It's always been about slang. It's just been a way of life. And I've delved into that way of life, be it classical hip hop or young hip hop.
No, you definitely shit. It's like you definitely carrying it with the new wave for real. Like you ain't missing a beat.
Right.
That's one thing I want to say about you. You always been consistent. You never like not working. You always was working.
Yeah, I took some years off, man. I let the same energy get to me that all us artists do that at once had a chance to do something really big. Once it doesn't work out with that sort of platform, an artist tends to fall into this depression. Okay. Because, you know what I mean, once you get to a certain level, you think that that's going to be the platform that takes you to that certain next level. Where, just like in life, when you meet a woman, you might start off good and it might end bad. Sometimes it's not always a good match. So you have to keep working until you run into that team of people that can coexist and together and to achieve the same goal that you're trying to achieve. So over the years, it's been trial and error. I got with this manager, got with this person, got with this person. And it took this amount of years to get it right. So now that I got the team built around me, Chuck, Hennessy, Kev, Get Your Weight Up, Twine, they are placing me in the spots that I need to be and directing me a little bit more instead of me just doing and everything. And that's one of the main characteristics of being boss. You have to appoint certain people and put them in a position to be a decision maker. And that's what I'm doing. And that's why you see me running so rapidly. You see me doubling, tripling my efforts because I was dormant for a lot of years and I just soaked the game up. I soaked up social media. I researched this, I researched that. And now that I had got enough knowledge, I'm ready to attack it. And this is what you've been seeing of late.
Facts though, because like I said, lately, like you've been on some shit for real. It's like,
Yeah.
you killed the come up show.
Come up. Cosmic.
Yours too nasty. Yours too nasty. Yours too nasty.
540 ENT. Yeah. I get a phone call, I get text message asking me what the next step is. All the hate has been ineffective. Boy, your mouth is just running reckless. Lately, I've been feeling unaccepted. I can go in more than one direction. Prepare yourself for the unexpected. It's made from plastic, go undetected. I know it's hot, I'm the one who said it. Could've won big, but you underbetted. Face the fact, you just knuckleheaded. I could amber roll so I could wonder bread it. Once you see it.
You killed the come up show. You got features with Benny the Butcher. Even I was shooting a video and I was late and it was a cookout and that shit just ended up going viral.
Yeah.
It's like everybody talking about Ness. And we're gonna talk about as far as the cheesecake line. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that, because that's definitely like a different.
Well, I got tired of people like, you know what I mean, poking fun at me with it, because they act like I just walk by myself. So my man, shout out to my man Black, KBM Live, follow him on Instagram. He came to me with the idea. Won't we flip it? And he came to me with the Ness Philadelphia cheesecake. So yeah, I'm in the promotional phases right now. It's starting to be lucrative. It's starting to spread. So my job as the business owner is the marketing. So I make sure to get product placement. I'm putting it in celebrities' hand, social media influencers' hand, DJs' hand, artists' hand, and making sure people shout it out and direct the people to where to go purchase at, which is Ness Cheesecake off Instagram.
So let's talk about that, because I feel like that's definitely like the wave. That's a message to the young boys as far as taking, what some would say is negative, or just taking. Yeah,
turning lemons into lemonade, literally. So a lot of people used to poke fun at me, and they don't know we was hazed on television.
Do a mean-spirited initiation hazing act to them. It's a bigger picture to it.
And hazing go on in everyday life. When you go to college, you join a fraternity, you get hazed. When you join a specific job, they put you through orientation. That's the hazing process. So the hip hop community didn't like it. So we was asked to walk for cheesecake. But me, I lived in Philly. When SEPTA went on strike, I walked way longer than that. To do less, for less of an opportunity. Actually breaking the law. I walked longer than that to break the law. So why wouldn't I walk a shorter distance than that to do something positive and perhaps change my life for the rest of my life?
What I did yesterday?
Stayed in the room.
Y'all need to see New York. You ain't really get to see the city, really.
You need that vehicle.
Yeah, I told you it's gonna be rough this weekend. I want. You get a vehicle home, possibly. You could possibly. I'm starving too. You know something? I want me a piece of cheesecake. You know where to get the cheesecake spot is at? Yeah. And y'all can walk from here, get the cheesecake, see the city, enjoy the sights, would you? Look him over the Brooklyn Bridge, let that wind hit him off the water. See how y'all feel as a group. Do a mean-spirited initiation hazing act to them. It's a bigger picture to it.
In the world of music, I gotta get up every day and do a bunch that I don't wanna do. I gotta bite my tongue and I gotta do it with a smile on my face. But I do want some cheesecake.
No, thanks though, and I definitely salute you for that. It's just like, motherfuckers say whatever they say about that, but if a motherfucker in that position and Diddy and you talk about your life and your family and this is a dream that you work for all the time, you talk about it ain't about shit. So I do want to talk about that, and I do want to ask you a question. Do you feel like that cheesecake incident kind of like harmed you in a way, or like?
Yeah, it left a stigma on me that still exists to today. People like Tiger still mention it in their songs and all that. Walk for cheesecake and all that. So it's iconic and it's almost pop culture. You see David Chappelle, he.
Congratulations, y'all made it inside the house. You did good. All right, this is what's up. You can live here, you can record here, you can be bad boy artists here, but if you want to do it, first y'all gotta walk to Queens and get me a sugar cookie. A sugar cookie, man, this is crazy. Man, you just gonna sit there and chop onions right now, huh? Good time to chop onions? Look at this nigga. You just gonna do your taxes, Ness? You just gonna sit there and crunch numbers, huh? Is that hot? Is that what's going on in the streets right now, your taxes?
Well, so, what's the word I'm looking for? He immortalized it by doing the skit comedy on his hit comedy show, the Dave Chappelle show. So all those things showed you the impact that Walking for Cheesecake had on the whole entire pop culture community. So with that being said, it definitely was a stigma, but I showed people that, yeah, it exists in everyday life. If you work in a job that you don't really want to work at, but you have to put food on the table and you have to take care of certain responsibilities, then you got to work that job until you find another job. That's walking for cheesecake. So I did it one time, and people do it every day of the fucking year. But they want to talk shit about me about doing it that one time.
And let's say you didn't do it right, and you did the Philly shit, and what the fuck you might have been like blackballed, and you might not even be mentioned or remembered for.
Yeah, what if I walked away and then I never got my shot ever, and then I just was a broke mixtape rapper trying? I mean, we only get these chances certain times in life, and I seen my chance, and I didn't want it to slip through my fingers because I was right there. So I decided to make a man's decision for me and my family.
Thanks, though. So now I want to talk about some of the recent shit. I was actually what you want to rule a little bit, and you was fucking with Mac State Property. You was actually
I actually was at one of the first few shows with a State Property and Locks. Then it turned in a Dipset. So then it turned to Locks versus Dipset for the whole versus Joan. And I was there for that process, not every step of the way, but I seen the beginning of the process where they was trying to build the buzz up, and Mac and Freeway and State Property was doing shows with Dipset, and they was doing shows also with the Locks. So yeah, we was rocking out, and I was just absorbing the energy and being happy to be around a culture again like that.
Yeah, thanks. So how was it for like you around that time as far as being like one of the top guys in the city? You fucking with Bad Boy, and then as far as Beans and all them also doing anything, and you had major figures also in the mix and shit like that.
I don't feel as though I was one of the top guys. I felt like making a band, and the band situation was my last train in Paris, if you dig what I'm saying. And I think the industry had already went through Philly and got who they was going to get. Figures was signed, E was signed, the Roots was already doing their thing, Major Figures, State Property, Most Wanted. So I had felt that the industry had came through Philly, which was the hot spot at that moment. I was doing a year in jail in the county at that time. So I had missed that whole wave. So when I got out, May of 2000, I was just, still recording, honing my craft, sharpening my skills, and then the band competition came around in 2002. So by me honing my craft, freestyling, doing the underground circuit in Philly, doing the open mics and jumping on mixtapes with Major Figures and all the guys that was really mainstream at the time, it helped me prepare me for when I did the audition for the Making a Band show. So it was 2 years where I was just working the underground circuit in Philly, putting out mixtapes, opening up for big acts that, I just was building my buzz. And I built my buzz up to a point where I gained the attention from Miss Jade and Roscoe P. Coltrane. They was managed by my guy, Man, at the time. And he had dealings with Beat Club, which was Timbaland's imprint, which was Miss Jade was signed to Beat Club imprint. And I got a chance to go up on the radio and freestyle on one of her promo runs with one of her songs. And the program director, Jay Black at 103.9, took a liking to me. Then he just started including me whatever, the radio station had going on as far as it was Unity Day, Germantown Act, pop-ups up over here, just being in the mix. So when the Making a Band situation came to Philly, MTV decided to do the whole competition with that station. So he just gave me the call, told me to come down and do an audition, and the rest is history.
You was actually like the first artist signed, right?
Yeah. First Philly artist signed a Bad Boy. I go down in history for that.
Great. So I want to talk about as far as like the energy from you being on a come-up show, as far as originally, and then now today you still carrying like that same.
Yeah, I wasn't on there for 12 years, being that I fell into that state of depression where I had to reevaluate myself, and I didn't know if I wanted to continue on doing music. But after I sat back and seen nobody really had jumped in and took the reins and really was dominant in hip hop, I felt as though to give myself another try at it. And this is the energy that you're receiving now. I feel as though that I'm confident enough, and I sat back and researched the game, social media, how the internet works, and I feel as though I've got the right equipment and the right tools to attack it and give it one last try.
Okay. So now I want to talk about as far as like you just highlighting and you leading and fighting through as far as being depressed as an artist, because I can just imagine as far as you just like being on TV and shit like that, and then, you know, family seeing you, everybody seeing you in the city, and then it's like everybody making fun of you and shit like that.
I mean, they was making fun, but it was just like they was more disappointed because they had big expectations. So yeah, I heard some of the ridicule, but you always gonna hear that from the people that you don't know. But the people that, like my friends and my family, they was disappointed because they thought that I would reach a certain level, and I didn't, and then it just left everybody in limbo. And you know, that fell upon me, and that was a burden to me that I left everybody down. So, but it's never over, and God give everybody second chances. Not everybody, but people that work hard towards it. So I'm one of those people, and God's giving me my second chance right now, and everybody just sitting back, seeing if I'm a gas and then fade out, or just, you know what I mean, fall by the wayside. But I'm here, and I'm letting everybody know I love hip hop, I love the craft, I love creating and writing, and I love sharing my music with the world. That's bottom line. What's the energy right now?
Facts, man. Now I want to talk about as far as one of your most well-known songs early on, hits and shit like that.
It was called My Hood. It was a regional record. It was supposed to be the first single off the band's second album. When we got dismantled, I decided, you know, to delete the record. I gave it to Cosmic Kev. He blew the record up. You know what I mean? It got a lot of spin. It garnered a lot of BDS. It appeared top 200 on Billboard. So that was the energy around that, and that also pushed the label to make me a priority. So that kind of, you know what I mean, made the label get behind me. So I started being a priority to the label, and then that's when I had to come up and do radio drops for 1 million DJs and start promoting the record and really pushing the record. So they try to make me and Babs do a package deal, Bonnie and Clyde. But she wasn't satisfied with what they was offering, so I, you know what I mean, I took the situation and decided to sign a solo deal in 06 to Bad Boy Warner Music Atlantic. But I was never signed to Bad Boy directly. I came in the game through a production deal, Black Key Productions. And we had a lawyer that represented it, Ed Woods. He's no longer here with us. He passed a couple years ago, but that was our lawyer, and he was supposed to be shopping my demo. But nobody wanted to pick up the demo. During that time, I was in a whole bunch of camps, because my producer, the person that was signed to Black Key Productions, he was doing a lot of beats and production for a lot of well-known established artists, 50 Cent, Ludacris, Jadakiss. So that's how I got to meet DMX. He had an imprint called Bloodline, which the guy Young Bird, which you know now as Hitmaker, he was signed to that label. So I got to see him early in his early stages, in his early career. And DMX took a liking to me, but it never went down. So, because everybody always liked the Black Key beat. So Black Key ended up scoring two big placements on DMX Depression album. I mean DMX's, Great Depression album, which was called Who We Be and We Right Here.
So how was it your first time meeting X?
I mean, it was a good experience, man. You know, he come from the inner city, almost the same type of background. I never was in a group home and all that, but I lived in a shelter with my mother for like a year or two. So I mean, I come from that background to know what it is not to have. And he comes from that background too, growing up in the projects. I come from low income housing and single parent, you know what I mean, households with low income. So that was my background. So, you know, coming up in that environment, you know, is either you pick crime or you try to hone in on, you know, one of your talents.
So talk about that. I want to talk about being from Southwest, because like every part of Philly got their own little mean. You feel me? And
Southwest is I mean, I compare that to Harlem a little bit. I don't know if anybody know about New York, Harlem. They're rich in culture. They're rich in, I mean, they take real a great pride in how they dress and their appearances, and that's some of the characteristics that's in Southwest Philadelphia. We like to throw that shit on. We like to talk that shit. We like to look good, smell good, feel good, and just, you know, share our energy and share our genuineness. And we not no suckers, and we got to bust our gun. We have to, but that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to party, be around women, have a good time, enjoy ourselves. That's the main energy with Southwest niggas.
so how was it for like you and your era coming up versus how it is like now?
Now it's just faster. The way you get music, the way you buy music is faster, so everything is sped up, and the shelf life is lower. Back in my day, you would have probably like a 6 to a year run with one album. Now the way people receive and put out music, you'll get lost in the sauce. So your lifespan might be real short. So you have to continuously be on it, dropping content, dropping new music, doing interviews, blogging, jumping on these platforms, and really just you know, telling people your story.
So a big part of your story is like the well-known battle as far as you and Hollow Man. That's like one of the top 10 for sure battle as far as Philly.
All y'all pussy like 6 daughters. Ness catch 3 in your chest like Rich Porter. Heat burst, niggas eat dirt then shit water. Feet first, niggas get murked for 3/4.
Yeah, that's a classic battle. Shout out to H-Man, it was a classic battle. Shout out to everybody that participated. Cousin E was there, Miss Jade, Freeway. Shout out to Freeway. We got the single popping, not a single, but we got a freestyle out right now called Flex, featuring myself and Freeway. It's on my YouTube page. The whole full entire video is out. So for the full video, you can tap into my YouTube page, Eness-Lufil. So yeah, a lot of guys been helpful and supportive of me over the years, and the battle scene has been helpful and strategic for me to reinvent myself and get the pure, raw, gritty hip-hop fans a chance to see me in another light than what they see me on the TV show.
So I got a quote from Ace McCloud. He said, E Ness versus Mike Sign is the most important battle in Philly history.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's the resurgence of E Ness back into the battle realm. You know, I battled J Mills. That was iconic, and it was a classic battle, legendary battle that I did on MTV on the show. Then right after that, I battled Hollow Man, and then 4 years later, I continued that same energy when I jumped in the ring with My Sign at the World Series of Hip Hop. Also continued being a signed artist and also recording for a full-fledged album at the time. So that's how much love I had for the coach at that time. Being a signed artist and having something big as putting an album out on the iconic record label as Bad Boy, I still wanted to support the culture and be active and be in it. And I also won that battle. So yeah, a lot of people had me losing that battle, like going in, like, yo, Ness, he might lose this joint, might sign tough. And I actually proved them wrong and really came out with the win.
So how was like after the battle? Because it was a lot of like talk, it was a lot of back and forth.
There was a different energy. People said I didn't really win and he beat himself. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. People gonna say he won, people gonna say I won, just like the Iron Solomon battle. Just like any other battle I had with Arsenal or Hollow Man or J Mills, people gonna say I won, people gonna say he won. But long as you still talking, I did my job.
So talk about why is E Ness the battle rap king?
I'm the battle rap king because I've been doing it a long time, and I spawned a new generation of battle rappers. My battle rap either with J Mills or Hollow Man or any other of those guys that I battle on or off cam is one of the battles that the younger generation, it's probably one of the first battles they seen.
Today week, I just beat Mac Myron, hands down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what you don't mean? You don't know. Stop saying that when it comes to my name. You don't know what? What do you don't know?
You keep barking at me though.
Because I'm tired of my Philly niggas keep talking about you do this. No, I do everything.
Even now, you got some of the young guys coming up to you. News was talking some shit a while ago, a little shit like that.
Right.
So no, you definitely as far as like laid out a crazy foundation for yourself. Well-made name, household name in the city, and not only in the city, but when it comes to just bars and then hip-hop, as far as like the work you put in, I just want to salute you real quick and give you your flowers.
You already know. Shout out to my guy Hot.
Oh, real shit. So I want to talk about just some Philly shit. Talk about as far as the impact of Meek Mill, as far as Philly and shit like that.
Meek Mill dope, P&B Rock dope, Zai Sosa is dope, Lil Uzi is dope, sorry Lil Uz. A lot of dope artists, a lot of dope untapped potential. A lot of guys just want to come up. Too Rare's doing big things right now. Jabril, D Sturdy, Zai Sosa, Diamond Street King. I hope I'm not naming no ops because I don't really know the whole culture of Philly, but Meek Mills is one of those top guys. Lil Uzi top guy, P&B top guy, Tierra Whack. You got a lot of female artists that's making the noise in the city. Shout out to Rocky. Shout out to L Chain. Yeah. Shout out to DJ Dior Cartel. Shout out to Wallow Gilly. Shout out to Otis Ryder, Leaf Ward, Zim Santana, Rico Havoc. There's so many. Philly should be running the game. I'm gonna leave it right there. Everybody's doing their thing. Continue. Everybody continue doing their thing.
Because Ryder actually shows you some love and shit like that.
Yeah.
You saying some you as far as just.
No facts. Shout out to Ryder. Shout out to Garcia. Shout out to Bando Baby. the label, shout out to Meek, DC, shout out to everybody, man. Everybody doing their thing. I want everybody to win, especially Philly.
Thanks, though. So how you feeling as far as about the drill culture?
The drill culture is dope. Sometimes it get out of hand, and you know, as far as the coverage and as far as the, you know what I mean, the bodies that follow behind it, or families losing loved ones, but the energy is there. I think it's just sometimes it get out of hand, but I understand it. I understand it, and I take the good parts out of it, and I enjoy it for the good parts. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, because I feel like the way y'all used to battle and go at each other back in the day, and compared to the way it is now.
Yeah, a lot of it's out of hand. They talking about a lot of real stuff on these songs, and you know what I mean, they making the cops' job easy for them. And I don't want to get too much in it, but y'all just gotta, you know what I mean, step back and, you know, see what's really going on, and because don't nobody want to be away from their family, and don't nobody want to lose their life behind wreck chasing or, you know what I mean, gang warring on records.
So yeah, man, let's get some of them old making the band stories.
I mean, I got a couple, man. You know what I mean? Being in the house, they try to make us use the same water and sink and toothbrush and toothpaste to make us brush our teeth. So when people talk about walking for cheesecake, yeah, that was definitely the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, Diddy shout out. Yeah, I don't want to speak too much about that, but I just want to salute you for real, bro, because like...
You already know.
I remember when I was in school and shit like that, watching you, hearing your name. That used to bump into you and shit like that.
Shout out to Hood Life Entertainment. We'll get the album Hurry Up and Wait on YouTube, Spotify, Tidal.
Once I got off the step, I started bumping into you. You was there when I got my first tag with Scorch.
Scorp, shout out to Scorp the boy.
Scorp the boy.
Yeah, luxury tats. Shit, shout out to Scorp. Yeah, man, he my guy. Shout out to Scorp. He doing the whole Black Ink crew thing. Shout out to C's, the whole staff over there. And yeah, that's one of my guys from the Too Raw for the Streets era, Scorp the boy. And we always kept that same mutual respect and that relationship that we shared through hip hop, and it turned into a full-fledged relationship out of music. So that's my guy, and we always stayed down. He doing this thing, I'm doing my thing, and we both gonna meet at the top when we twirling Bentleys and race around.
Real shit though, because like I said, like once I got off the step, I started bumping into you. Then once I got the camera shit, I started bumping into you more.
Yeah.
Even at the AI joint.
Yup, I got you. I'm doing this for him. I mean, it ain't me.
I just always kept seeing you in the mix and kept seeing you working. And
yeah, you got to be around. Part of it just being in the mix, man, looking the part, and not being high, being on time, and just, you know what I mean, being aware of your surroundings, man, and networking. It's just about it, bottom line.
Networking outside of Philly as far as, because a lot of artists don't know how important that
is.
Like, all right, I'm gonna say something first, because in the city, motherfuckers might, like, well, now you definitely, but motherfuckers might have not always gave you your flowers, but on the road, you always was one of them guys that they asked about for as Philly, and that your name always stayed afloat with water and shit like that.
Right.
So talk about that road, like.
Yeah, man, sometimes people hate you, and then sometimes people love you. You just gotta preserve your body, preserve yourself enough for it be your time again. That's what it is. Philly is a revolving door. They're gonna hate you, they're gonna love you, they're gonna love you, and they're gonna hate you, they're gonna love you, they're gonna hate you, and hate you, and love you. And that's what it is. It's just like with our sports teams. With DoorDash, we about to start locking it in and really legalizing it and making sure everything is tight knit so we can have the investors come in. But make sure y'all follow it on Instagram at Ness Cheesecake, at NESSCHEESECAKE. And make sure y'all follow me on my new adventures on my backup page. I had a verified page, they hacked it, had the blue check and all that. I didn't cry about it. I started a new page. Now my new page is more followers than my old page. So that show you my resiliency and the work that I put in. So make sure y'all follow my new page at ENess_215.